Everyone, my name is Hannah Murphy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am here to tell you about the University of South Alabama. Located in Mobile, Alabama, so it's all the way down on the very southern coast of the United States. We're centered kind of right in there in the middle of the southeastern region. So that puts us about 2 hours drive from New Orleans, about a 1 hour flight from Atlanta, and an hour and a half to 2 hours from both Dallas and Houston. So not only in terms of logistics of getting in and out, we're connected to those larger international airports, but you also have the opportunity to explore a bit more of the region. The region that we are in is known as the Gulf Coast. So it's known for its beautiful white sand beaches. We have people that travel from all over the country to come and visit the beach. We've got 3 different beaches driving distance of campus, a lot of sunny days throughout the year, and a fairly warm temperature. So summer is, the average high is about 32. It's humid during the summer, so it always feels a little bit warmer. Spring and fall are about 25, 26 on average, and winter, the average high is about 16. The city of Mobile is about 200,000 people. So it's a medium-sized city, big enough that there's opportunities, there's fun things to do, but it's a little calmer, a little quieter, and a little lower cost of living than some larger cities. You can see in the large photo there, that is our downtown skyline. So it's definitely not a large city feel. Our downtown is more of 2 to 3 story buildings. It's known for its greenery. So the tree that's pictured there is actually in our downtown area. So it's very laid out, very green. But we are the 11th largest shipping port by volume in the United States. So all of the international business and industry that comes with a shipping port, we have. We're also a tourist location. And because of both the tourism and the shipping industry side, we have about 50 international companies in the area. And a lot of our colleges on our university campus have really close relationships with the businesses in their industries. Downtown Mobile is the historic part of the city. Mobile is the oldest city in Alabama. So you can see from that photo there, that's what most of our downtown streets are like. The smaller 2 to 3 story buildings, they're full of restaurants and cafes and art galleries and music venues. So there's always something going on downtown. We have year-round festivals and concerts. A lot of the festivals are centered on either music, food, or art. So a good way to get to know the area and kind of engage with the entire Gulf Coast region. We also have citywide football and rugby clubs. So a lot of different ways to engage with the community on and off campus. Now, the University of South Alabama is about 14,000 students. So we're a medium-sized institution, and we are a public institution. Your average class size is going to be about 22 students. So a really good opportunity for you to get to know your fellow classmates, but also your professors. And that's going to be key when it comes to thinking about exploring your field in terms of research, internships, mentorship opportunities. We have over 100 degree programs, 18 different research centers, and about 250 student organizations. These are some photos of our campus. They're some of my favorite photos of campus because they highlight one of the things that I love most, and it's how open and green everything is. So campus is about 5 square kilometers, so it's a pretty good size. We have our academic buildings in one area, our residential buildings in another area. There's walking trails as well. So there's a lot to do right on our own campus. And you see this mixture of old and new architecture as well. So there's been quite a bit of investment over the last 10 to 15 years in making sure we have state-of-the-art facilities for research and academics, but also recreation and athletics. And we have some new student housing that we've added in the last few years as well. These are all of our academic colleges. So whatever program you decide to pursue, you'll be within one of these colleges. So our College of Allied Health is anything from biomedical sciences to emergency medical services. We have physical therapy, occupational therapy, those kinds of degrees will be within the health professions. Our College of Arts and Sciences is everything from visual art and music to psychology, international relations, communication. We have a College of Business, our College of Education. So you'll find education programs there, as well as our tourism and hospitality management program, as well as things like therapeutic recreation, sport and recreation management. Our College of Engineering, we have a College of Nursing and a School of Computing. And then the Honors College is open to high-achieving undergraduate students. Engineering, computer science, and business are our most popular programs for international students. So I'm going to talk about those a little bit individually, but then if you're interested in other programs, we can absolutely talk about that during the Q&A also. So we have a variety of undergraduate, master's, and PhD programs in our engineering. So we have chemical and biomolecular, civil, coastal, and environmental, electrical, computer, mechanical engineering, and systems engineering. We just recently added a master's degree as well. So we have a master's and a PhD in systems engineering. So in each of these fields, you're going to have the larger department. So take civil engineering, and then within that, you'll have specialization areas. So at the undergraduate level, it's going to be a combination of your standard civil engineering curriculum or mechanical engineering, and you'll have some classes in those specialization areas. At the master's level, you'll really be focused on the specializations. So you have a lot of opportunity to participate in research. We have students that work in small groups, doing research projects, working with their professors as well. In the School of Computing, we have computer science, health informatics, information systems, and information technology at the undergraduate level, a master's in computer science and information systems, and then a PhD in computing. And again, you'll find that we have specializations kind of within these larger programs. So at the undergraduate level, you could do something like focusing on artificial intelligence. At the graduate level with your master's degrees, we have specializations in cybersecurity and information assurance, robotics, big data. We are also designated as a National Center of Academic Excellence in information assurance and cyber defense education. So that was a designation given to us by the National Security Agency and the Department of Homeland Security here in the US. And there's an overlap of degrees and fields, especially within engineering and computing. And so they share a building, the building that's pictured there. So the classrooms have been, you have kind of your more traditional or standard classroom with the professor at the front and the students sitting in the back. But we also have classrooms that were designed specifically for small group and cooperative learning experiences. So there's this overlap of degree and fields, and it really allows for the faculty and students to connect with industry and government. Our College of Business, we have 5 undergraduate degrees and then a master's and a PhD. So accounting, econ and finance, international business, management, and marketing are the undergraduate degrees. We have an MBA and a PhD for business administration as well. The College of Business itself has its own building on campus. They have their own library, their own learning resource center. We have a real estate and economic development center, and we also have a financial analysis center pictured there. There's also the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So a lot of, again, opportunities for students to have this hands-on, engaging learning experience to prepare them for whatever they're going to do after graduation, whether that's an advanced degree, an internship, or they're starting to apply for jobs. We actually have something called the PREP program. It's our Professional Readiness Engagement Program. And it was designed to provide professional development for undergraduate students majoring in business. So it's a combination of experiential activities, different workshops, courses, those types of things to really make sure that you're prepared for whatever comes after graduation. And you'll find that in all of our different colleges, this emphasis on providing students with the preparation that they need. So that's going to be hands-on experiences, opportunities to interact with faculty and get that mentorship as well. For any undergraduate students, we also offer the Global Engagement Certificate. So this is a combination of coursework and globally engaged activities. So that could be an internship, it could be a study abroad experience, it could be volunteer work. So it's this combination of coursework and activity to really recognize the work and commitment that students have put into being actively engaged global citizens. So it's one more piece to your academic credentials to say that you are prepared to enter the global workforce. We are a high-level research institution, so our research spans a variety of different fields. These are some of the research centers that we have on and affiliated with our campus. So you can see it's everything from archaeology to forensics and IT. We have public policy. We have hospitals and patient care centers affiliated with our institution. So we do quite a bit in terms of education for healthcare providers, as well as providing healthcare to our region. So we have a Center for Strategic Health Innovation, a Cancer Research Institute, a Coastal Weather Research Center, a Human Patient Simulation Lab, and then on Dauphin Island, off the coast, we participate in a sea laboratory there as well. So for students interested in marine sciences or environmental toxicology, there's also those types of options for research. We offer a variety of student services, anything from academic advising to tutoring, mental health counseling, disability services. We have our campus safety. Jaguar Productions is our online production team. So they host events on campus, but they also work to connect students with the arts and culture that are available in the greater Mobile area. Our mail hub, JagTran is our on-campus transportation. So it's free to all students and it runs throughout different areas of campus. Campus is walkable, but if you don't feel like it that day, you can hop on JagTran and get from one place to another. We have a writing center as well. And then Global USA is our international division. So I work within Global USA. We have our international admissions, we do immigration advising, and we also offer airport pickup. So when you arrive for the first time for your international student orientation, we will have students or staff waiting at the airport with your name on a sign to pick you up and help you get settled here. These are some photos of campus life. So we have those over 200 student organizations. Those could be culture-based, identity-based, religious-based. We have a lot that are academic-based, and then we have special interest groups as well. So they hold different events on campus. We have club sports teams. We have our recreation center that's very popular with students. So you can see the swimming pool and the rock climbing wall are from our recreation center as well. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. At the beginning of every semester, they have their student organization fair. So all of the different student organizations set up in the ballroom, and you can go around and see what is there, meet the students that are running the organizations, and think about participating in those organizations. We are Division I athletics. We have 17 athletic teams on our campus and 7 different athletic facilities as well. We have 33 different residence halls on our campus, and those range from more traditional suite style dormitories to apartment style. And they all offer high-speed internet, cable TV, unlimited free laundry. They're furnished. You have your housing staff available and your academic support as well. these are our admissions requirements. So at the undergraduate level, we are looking at your secondary school grades and a language proficiency exam. So we want to see a GPA of 2.5 on the 4-point scale. And then any one of those exams you can submit to provide proof of language proficiency. Duolingo, TOEFL or IELTS, ACT, SAT, ITEP, Pearson Academic, and if you've done IB or A-levels, that could fulfill that requirement, and you could also get credit for those classes. Now, SAT and ACT are listed here. They are not required for admission, but if you have taken the exams, we will review those for language proficiency. At the graduate level, they'll want to see your undergraduate degree. They have a language proficiency requirement as well, GMAT or GRE, depending on the program that you're applying to, letters of recommendation, and a statement of purpose. At the graduate level, admissions decisions are within the department. So requirements are going to be a little different department to department, but that's where we come in. We can help make sure that you have the specific requirements for the department that you're looking at, connect you with the graduate program coordinators for each of those programs as well. The cost of tuition and living expenses, at the undergraduate level, we estimate about $20,000 to $21,000 a year for tuition. And at the graduate level, it's about $16,000 to $17,000 a year. This is based on 15 credits a semester at the undergraduate level and 9 credits a semester at the graduate level. With living expenses, health insurance, and an estimated cost of your books, for undergraduates, it's about $32,555. And for graduate students, it's about $28,655. We do have funding opportunities at both levels. So for undergraduate students, you have 3 main scholarship opportunities. The first one is the Global USA Scholars, and this is a merit-based scholarship. So the decision is made at the time of admission. You don't have to do an additional scholarship application. It does require either the ACT or SAT, and we look at your GPA, and then it's an automatic award anywhere from $5,000 to $11,000 per year. The Honors International Music Scholarship is affiliated with our Honors College, and so you do have to have the minimum testing and GPA requirements, and then there is an audition on top of that. So the scholars that receive this scholarship receive dedicated mentorship, ensemble and group performance opportunities, and it is a full tuition scholarship. And then we have the You Are Welcome Here scholarship. This one is, instead of looking at your grades or your test scores, we do require a scholarship application that includes either an essay or a short video clip. So what we are wanting to do is hear from you directly about your interest and initiative in promoting intercultural learning and exchange. So there's a prompt each year on the scholarship application form, and you have the choice to answer that either in an essay or a video clip. So it's really an opportunity for us to hear directly from you. And this is a 50% tuition scholarship. All of these are renewable. So as long as you keep your grades up and you're making progress towards your degree, you will continue to receive these awards each year of your undergraduate degree. Now for our master's and PhD students, it works a little bit differently. So we don't have university-wide scholarships like we do at the undergraduate level. Instead, it's an assistantship funding model. So what you're doing is applying directly to the department that you're studying in, or perhaps an office that has graduate assistantships available. And what you're doing is working for that department, and they are providing you with a tuition waiver and a stipend on top of that. So the requirements are going to be different depending on the department that you're applying to. But again, this is where we can come in and help connect you with the right people to find out exactly what the funding opportunities are for your program, as well as what they're looking for as part of the application. Now, I created this slide to give you a little bit of an overview of the highlights of our reopening plan. So we've started receiving weekly communications from our university president back in the spring. We went fully online for the remainder of our spring semester. All of our summer semester was completely online, and a lot of us are still working remotely. We started at the very, very end of June to begin to transition staff back to campus, and that's happening in a staggered manner. And the university announced in May of this year the plan to reopen for this fall. So starting in May, we had multiple subcommittees that were working on specific areas of campus life and then providing recommendations to the larger committee. So they put together a website with all of the details, all of the different subcommittee plans. The university is going to open with an adjusted academic calendar for this fall. So the traditional fall breaks are going to be eliminated, and the last day of classes will be November 24th. Most classes will be blended, so it'll be more of a hybrid model where a portion of your classes are going to be online. You'll have an online component, and then some face-to-face instruction that allows for social distancing measures. Faculty and staff are required to complete a health screening form before returning to campus. The university will implement temperature monitoring, COVID-19 testing, and contact tracing as needed. Students living on campus in our residence halls or attending on-campus classes and activities are also required to complete the health screening form. Face masks are required in most circumstances. So in your classrooms, when we're walking about, individuals can supply their own masks, but the university is also providing 2 masks for everybody. And those are the washable, reusable face masks. And then we do have, there will be continued monitoring throughout the semester. So southalabama.edu/reopening has all of the details of the plan. There are different parts of the website that are specific to faculty and staff and specific to students. So you'll be able to see all of the details of that plan. Now, I do want to share my contact information with all of you as well as our social media. So our website is southalabama.edu/globalusa. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts for Global USA. And then our departmental email address is globalusa@southalabama.edu. But also my email address is up there, so you can feel free to contact me directly. And that's my WhatsApp number. So email or WhatsApp, whichever you prefer. I will also put these in the chat as well. So thank you so much. I hope that you learned a bit about the University of South Alabama, the programs we offer, and we'll transition to the question and answer portion so we can answer some of your questions in more detail now. Okay, let me pull up the questions here. Okay, so the first question is if we offer an academic culture sharing scholarship program. So one of our scholarships is specific to the idea of culture sharing. And that would be the You Are Welcome Here scholarship. So we're looking specifically for students that have a demonstrated interest and an initiative in creating intercultural experiences, breaking down barriers between people. That is a scholarship that you do have to apply for, but that is, you can apply for that at the same time that you're applying for admission to the university. Do we have any Turkish faculty members at our university? I would have to double check on that, actually. That's not something I know off the top of my head, but I am going to look into that and I will get back to you on that question. Online course per credit hour. So we actually have a website that has all of our credit hour breakdowns. And so you're able to see exactly the different colleges and what the credit hour cost is. I can actually pull that up and put that in the chat for you right now. So I will do the tuition and fees. All right. So that is the tuition and fee schedule. So you're able to see the breakdown for in-state, out-of-state, the different colleges, and whether it's undergraduate or graduate. A question about 2+2 dual degree diploma programs. So a 2+2 dual degree, we have some dual degrees set up with different institutions, like as institution partners. You could also, we also have a 3+2 question here. So currently we do not have 2+2 dual degrees set up with any Turkish institutions. But if you're looking for transfer opportunities, you could do that as well. We have a question about work permits. So as an F1 student visa holder, you're allowed to work on campus up to 20 hours a week. So we have a number of different opportunities for students to work on campus. Our recreation center, our library, our different offices, different academic departments, coffee shops, the dining hall, all those kinds of things. So at the beginning of every semester, we have what we call our on-campus jobs fair. So the offices that are hiring students go in and they set up their tables, and you're able to go around and see who's hiring students, what the job is going to entail, what the different responsibilities are, and you'll be able to talk to people directly from that office as well. And a lot of times you're able to apply for that job during the fair. So you're able to see kind of everything that's available for on-campus work, and then decide which ones you want to apply to. We have a question about social activities for international students. So there's a lot of social activities for all students. And so that would be through our Jaguar Productions, through our student organizations, but we also have international specific student groups. So we have student groups for specific areas of the world. We have student groups for specific faiths. We also have our Friends of Internationals. And so that is open to anybody, US citizen or international student. But it is a group that has been in the area for quite some time. It's a student organization that we've had for a very long time. And they do a variety of different activities. They do movie nights, they do outings, so they've done beach trips. They've gone and gone to like the fireworks around the 4th of July. They also provide an opportunity for students to do country showcases of their home country. So students will get together and prepare a presentation, share music, art, language, culture of their home country. And so that is something that a lot of our international students love. And it's a group that is really tightly connected. So a lot of times the volunteers during our international student orientation are part of our different student organizations. So they also act as ambassadors for those student organizations to kind of tell you about what different activities are happening on campus, invite you to come along. And they, a lot of times themselves have been international students or are current international students. So they really understand what it's like when you first arrive, and they want to be there, they want to support you, they want to help you in any way that they can. Question about accommodation options. So we have 33 different residence halls on our campus. And on the housing website, you can actually see floor plans for each of the buildings. So you can get a feel for what the room itself would look like, and different ways that you would want to furnish or decorate it. We also have a lot of apartments within walking distance of campus. And so it's really depending on what kind of housing accommodation you choose. Our Office of International Admissions and Student Services helps students secure housing whether you're living on or off campus. So you have our student services coordinator is the one who is really in contact with incoming students right before you arrive. So she oversees the airport pickups, orientation, registration, and then also helps with any housing questions you might have, whether you're going to do the online application for on-campus housing or if you're looking for apartments. So we do list some apartments on our website. We also have our on-campus housing floor plans and things like that. Someone asked if I have ever been to Turkey before. I have not. It is very high on my list. I've only ever flown through the airport, but I was supposed to go this spring. Unfortunately, was not able to, but it's very high on my list. I would love to come to Turkey someday, hopefully in the future soon. We have a question about the language requirements. So the language requirements are going to differ whether you're looking for an undergraduate degree program or a graduate degree program. At the undergraduate level, you can submit a TOEFL, IELTS, ITEP, Pearson Academic, ACT or SAT, or IB or A levels. So for undergraduates, it is a TOEFL 61, IELTS 5.5, Duolingo 95. At the graduate level, you're looking at Duolingo 100, TOEFL 71, IELTS 6.0. Now, some graduate programs will have higher requirements, but that's where we created these program sheets for all of our graduate programs, and it shares the specific requirements for that specific graduate program. There's a question about the area and the living costs. So the living costs we estimate based on living on campus. The area that we live in, you could find a lot of different apartment costs, but we estimate our costs at about $8,600 per year. So that would be your dormitory, your meal plan. The area itself, it's a medium-sized city. Mobile is about 200,000 people. So you will find a variety of different housing options in the area. Generally, you're talking about a little lower cost of living than larger cities. We have a question about a PhD program in civil engineering, and if the PhD program contains courses and research or only research, and if PhD students receive any money for while working on their research. So I'm going to expand that to talk about master's and PhD programs. You're generally going to find a combination of coursework and research. So at the master's level, there's thesis options, there's project options, and there's coursework options depending on the program. At the PhD level, you will be doing quite a bit of research. In terms of the funding, that's going to depend on the program that you're applying to. And so you're applying directly to those departments for the graduate assistantship. I am going to make note of your specific area of interest, and I'll send you an email and connect you with our civil engineering department to talk more about those specific opportunities. We have a question about the university having scholarships for Science Olympiad or project students. The three main scholarships for undergraduate students are our merit scholarships, so that's going to be based on your ACT or SAT scores, the music scholarship, and the You Are Welcome Here scholarship. Is it possible to transfer from a Turkish university? Yes. So what you would be doing is applying as a transfer student, and we would do a transfer credit evaluation. You would work with our international admissions team as well as the registrar's office. And then we have a question about what makes Alabama different than the other states in the US. So we're all the way in the southern part of Alabama. So we are very much kind of Gulf Coast life here. So you are close to the water. And I did not grow up in this part of the country. I'm originally from the Midwest, and I have gotten very used to the water being so close by. There's a lot of outdoor activities to do here because of the region and the area that we're in, the weather makes for a number of months out of the year where you're able to go hiking, go kayaking, participate in different kind of outdoor events as well. So we have some nature areas around here, some state parks. Those are some of my favorite things to do. And the city itself is it's a very artistic community. So art and music and culture is kind of always a part of what's going on. We have a symphony, we have music festivals, we have something called Art Walk downtown. So once a month, they shut down the streets to the cars. We have vendors come and set up and sell their handmade crafts. We have artists and painters who come and, share their art. A lot of times things are for sale. You're able to go into the art galleries. So it really is this artistic community. We also are the home of Mardi Gras in the United States. And so for a month each year, we do celebrate that. So there are parades, there are balls. So it's a really fun time of the year to be here and, get out and really get to know the community around you. It's a fun way to kind of be a part of the greater community as well as the university. Let me see about any more questions. I'm going to share some links in the chat right now. I'm going to pull up this is our university homepage. So on here, if you click on scholarships, that's going to take you directly to our international student scholarships. If you click on admissions, that'll take you to all of the different admissions information. So depending on what you are looking for, you'll be able to get that right there specific to international students. I'm also going to send our housing website. So if you want to get on and look at the different housing opportunities, the different floor plans, you can absolutely do that as well. And then I'm going to put my email address and my WhatsApp into the chat as well. So any questions you have, anytime, just let me know. All right, let's get back to the questions and see if we have any more. I definitely encourage you, any questions you have as you move forward, as you think about the different programs that we have, reach out. Getting to work with students is my favorite part of my job. So definitely reach out. I've got materials I would be happy to share. We have a lot of different websites. We can talk through your different options in terms of if you're looking at housing, if you're looking for funding opportunities, if you want to know more about the programs. We have a question here about how many international students and how many Turkish students. So we have just under 300 international students. We have about 50 different countries represented on our campus as well. How many Turkish students do we have? We do not currently have Turkish students, but we do have those different international student organizations that welcome all international students. So I do think they will be assisting with our future orientations. They're always there as part of the orientation, helping students get connected in the community. Do we have any other questions? Do we offer scholarships for student athletes? Yes, so we do have athletic scholarships. We're NCAA Division I, So you will have to register with the NCAA. You'll have to meet NCAA eligibility requirements. I am going to send you that information via email. We have another question here about an ESL program. We do not have an ESL program. Any other questions? I'm going to scroll back through just to make sure. I don't see any more. Just as a reminder, our website, our housing information, my email address, and my phone number are in the chat for you. Please do let me know if you have any questions in the future. If I can assist with anything, I'm happy to provide more information about programs. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to get to tell you about the University of South Alabama, Mobile, and what we have to offer. Definitely reach out with any questions you have in the future. I am here to help. Thank you all so much.
Hannah, we have a couple of minutes more, so we can wait if there's any more questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or is there anything you would like to add?
I'm going to put some websites in the chat for everybody. So I'll do a couple more. I'll pull up our scholarships as well.
Yes. I believe those would be very helpful for them.
Yes. And if there are any students who are interested in graduate programs, I definitely suggest reaching out, and I can send you a program sheet about the program that you're most interested in. So we have program sheets for our undergraduate programs and our graduate programs. So it'll tell you kind of details about the curriculum. So the types of classes you'll be taking, the different types of specialization areas that there are, different opportunities for funding at the graduate level or research, possible internship opportunities. So if you know what you want to study, it's a really good way to get a little more in depth into the program and take a look at what kind of classes you'd be having at the graduate level. You can start communicating with professors, different things like that. So if you know the program that you're interested in studying, let me know, and I can connect you with faculty members. I can send you the details of what that program would be in terms of the courses and your different specialization options. We have a question about the pandemic. So we did have a citywide lockdown for a while. So all non-essential businesses were closed. The university itself sent students, had students transition remotely in March. And then very shortly after online learning started, the majority of staff and faculty went remote as well. So I've been working from home since I got back from a recruitment trip in March. And they're slowly starting to bring people back to campus. So they're doing health screenings before you actually arrive to campus as a staff member. They'll do the same for students as well. We do have a statewide mask requirement now for people when you're in public. We had that as part of our reopening plan for the university as well. And so we do have contact tracing in place. We have quite a lot of our healthcare providers that are affiliated with the institution have been working directly with patients and things like that. any other questions, we are almost to the very end. So if there's anything else that I can share with you, if there's any additional information you need, please just let me know. And I'm available via email or WhatsApp with any questions you might have.
I think you covered all questions, Hannah. It was
All right.
very detailed and informative presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we would be happy to welcome you here in Turkey very soon.
Yes, I would love that.
Also, thank you very much for the great presentation.
Thank you.
So is there anything you would like to add before we say goodbye?
Just that my contact information is in the chat, and please let me know if I can answer any further questions for you.
Thank you. That's great.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.